JD here with JD's Mid-South RCs. We just got in the new JLU. I think it's going to be a fun build. We're going to add it to the deadbolts. Looks pretty nice. I got the white one. It comes in two colors. It comes in a yellow one or a white one. I like the white one better. Just looks better to me. Other than that, it's a standard SCX chassis. Everything else is the same. It's just like on the deadbolt, other than you get this body. We'll find out how much different this body is to that body. But everything else should be exactly the same in the box. Let's find out. This is the JLU. We just ran it on the course, and we did find that it is very top heavy in the sense that it does not like to be on angles. It does tip a lot, so that's going to be something we address. When it's going across the front part here, it does bounce a lot, but that's just because that's how they set them up. They're not meant to sit and plant. They're just meant to get you started. They're an entry-level build. But that's the good thing about it. You can modify it any way you want. There's lots of aftermarket out there. Various different levels of aftermarket for them. But we will sort out the chassis on this. See if it's similar to the deadbolt. It may be exactly the same. It may be a little bit different. But that's to come in the near future. We'll start with the chassis just like we did on the deadbolt and work out from there. But all in all, good truck out of the box. Not quite as good as the deadbolt out of the box though. So far the deadbolt box stock is the better truck. All right, here we go. Let's find out what is actually in the box. I'm suspecting it's the same as the deadbolts in the background there, other than this is a JLU. Let's get the box open here. Ooh, look at this. This is a little different. This transmitter is a little different than what's in there. I like this. This is kind of neat looking. Still got the same foam here. We got a channel 4, a channel 3. Nice kind of space age stuff looking here. Nice little design. You open that up and you got all sorts of neat little buttons and gizmos up in there. It's like steering trim, throttle trim, steering rate, power on and off, steering reverse up here, throttle reverse over here, and then we got a red LED, a green LED, and a car battery. So apparently this thing monitors a lot. So that there is a plus so far, a lot better than over there. Let's get this stuff off here. There we go. Get this out of here. We don't need that no more. Get the truck out of there. There it is. with true SCX fashion, it is quite, oh, whoa, that's really wobbly. It may just be because that body sits up a little higher. But other than that, we've got a 3-link front, 4-link back, just like the others. We've got standard coilover shocks, just like the others. And it's a really neat looking body. It looks pretty close to the real thing. Oh, look at this. We only got one clip, where the deadbolt up there has 2. So we only got one clip to worry about. Okay, our electronics are a little different. See those in there? There's your electronics. You got channel 1, 3, 4, head, which probably is the headlights, a CLL2 and a CLR3, and we'll figure out what those are. 2S LiPo BEC 6-volt 1A, and we've got whatever this thing is plugged into it already. Figure out what that is here in a minute. Standard battery, same charger, same plug-in that goes right there. Looks like the same servo. And let's take a look at our motor here, see if we can see what it is. And it looks like it's the 88 turn also. And it still has the same body feature that rocks back. It is kind of loose. You can tighten those up right here, just so that it doesn't fall down on you when you're in here working on the truck. Other than that, I mean, I like it. It looks just like the normal one. I mean, that's one good thing I like about these models. They're really nice looking. Get this here pin back in here, if I can. Oh my lord. There we go. Having lots of trouble this morning, I guess. Comes with the same charger, standard charger, as in all the rest of them. It USB plugs right into the battery. And let's see here. We got the manual. And we got our little Allen key. We got a bag of parts, just like that came in before. Looks like we got, oh, this time we got a little extra. Didn't have the front portion to the drive shaft in the deadbolt bag. We got drive shaft, a little short piece there, and 4 links and a body clip, batteries for the remote, connector guide, which, you know, whatever. But then we've got our manual, which tells us everything we need to know about the vehicle, which is probably the same thing as the other. But let's give it a quick look here in a minute. Other than that, quick comparison in size here. Let's get out a stock deadbolt from over here. We haven't changed much, but the shock location on this one, so it will be pretty much a good reference for a stock looking deadbolt. Difference in size, let's see here. Well, if you put them head to head, your JLU has a rear bumper on it, and the front bumper sticks out just a little bit further. So we got a little bit longer on the stock here. They look about the same height, so we'll see what happens there, because they look about the same height. Now the deadbolt might be a little higher because I did change the rear shocks on it. They're moved forward, so the deadbolt might be a little higher stock, just slightly, if anything. So, but for the deadbolt, we clipped some stuff to make it look really neat and scale. This, not really going to need to do much to it because bodies, I like this body. This looks really nice. And look at there, you even got the removable top piece. It has a little section there, just like on the real one. You can take this part off or take that part off. Little decals in there to accent the hood. It's supposed to be a Rubicon. Well, you know, got some stickers back here. Nice body graphics. It has the licensed tires on it too. It's got the grapplers and the same wheels. Yeah, there. This body looks like it's undercoated, where this body doesn't appear to be. So it seems that they've done a little bit more to this, taken a little bit more time with it. It does cost a little bit more than the deadbolt, but what you're getting, I mean, it does look kind of nice. I mean, you got fender flares on it. I mean, it gives a really good appearance. It really does. Really nice appearance. Oh, look at there. That's a hard point. That's not just plastic. That's an actual piece that's bolted in. So I'm going to look that up. I think we could probably do a spare tire on that. I think I've seen them. I'm not sure, but I think I've seen a piece for that to get a really mount a full-size spare on there. That'd be kind of neat. Let's see. Let's check out the steering, stock steering. It's stock. It's a little bit floppy, just like normal. Just like normal. A little bit floppy. What we've got here for out of the box movement on this truck. Here we go. I'm pretty sure it'll do one. Let's put one under here. We got one. Really easy. That's really easy. That's really easy. Let's try for two. Let's try for two. We've got 3 wheels on the ground. Well, for articulation, we're already better than the stock deadbolt. Let's try for 3. We may not get 3, but let's try. Just for comparison. Nope. Can't get 3. That back tire's up. That back tire's up. All right. Let's go ahead. Look at the back end. We'll start with 1. Which we know we're going to get 1. That's a given. Let's add another one. There we go. And we've got all 3 tires on the ground. And number 3. And we're off the ground again. Nope. All right. Quick comparison. While we've got it here, just so you can see the difference, we've got 1, we've got 2, and we have this tire here is not quite touching it. It may look like it on camera, but it is not quite touching. Let's see, move it back just a little bit. Maybe you can see it a little better. But yeah, unless you play with it really good, you get it down there in that really low point, it'll do it. But if you set it up here just a little bit higher, don't quite have the 2. It's got a little bit of air under it. Don't quite have the 2. Back end, same thing. It's on a tiny little piece of the back. So unless you put it right down here in the very valley of that wheel, and then it touches it good enough. But like I said, you're maxed out in the valley when you put the tire in the valley here on this. But on this one, we're sitting here, we got it down in the valley. It's easy. We put it out here on the edge, so where it's a little higher. It's still pretty good. We take and lift it just a little bit, and I can bring it up maybe a half a tire still. So I would say 2.5 tires on the back end before it starts lifting. Let's see about on the front here. So we're up, yeah, a little bit less on the front, but just it'll go a little bit higher than 2. So we got a little bit more play in this one, but all in all, I like it. I think it's a good deal. We'll test it out on the course over here, and as you can tell, I'm building a new course over here. That's what all this mess is in the back. But we'll test it out on the proven course and see what it does. All right, when we read the specifications straight off the box between the two of them, their lengths are exactly the same according to the inches, 7.8 inches on both of them. However, when you get to the millimeters, the JLU is 199.5 millimeters and the deadbolt is 198, which we did see that with it. It's got the rear bumper and the front bumper sticks out just a little bit more. So we can see that when we look at it. Width is the same at 3.9 or 100 millimeters. The height, and like I was saying, the deadbolt was just a little bit higher, 4.3 inches or 110 millimeters, and the JLU was 4.2 at 106.5 millimeters. Wheelbase is exactly the same at 5.2. Ground clearance. We may see some differences. Ground clearance on the JLU was only 1.06 inches or 27 millimeters. The ground clearance on the deadbolt is 0.7 inches or 18 millimeters. So the JLU has more ground clearance according to the box. They both weigh the same. They both come with the same metal gears, dog bone drive shafts. Well, not drive shaft, I'm sorry, dog bone axles. These two models do come in just 2 different colors. And that's about it for now. Let's break into the manual here. Let's see if it says the same thing as the other one. Let's see. Water resistant vehicle with waterproof electronics. So basically the same thing. What that means is it's not waterproof, or don't go out and submerge this thing, but your electronics inside, they claim to be waterproof. The rest of it, with the mechanical bits in here, are not. They're water resistant, so you can do, they can get wet and they'll be fine, but you're going to have to do some maintenance. In that book, it tells you what maintenance you got to do to keep it up and going. And it's the same. They're both water resistant. They're not waterproof. So in that aspect, they're pretty much the same. So right now, it's looking like they're pretty close to each other. So it's based off of preference. Do you want a Jeep or do you want a deadbolt? Which I feel that this is an old school Bronco body. But so far, they look about the same for chassis wise, and it comes down to preference and which body that you want. Let's give them a good comparison and see which one's actually different. All right, here's our test run for the new JLU straight out of the box. It does have the LED lights on there. See how it performs. And just so that if you were wondering, there's those lights that we were talking about on the remote. It is bouncy off the go. It is hopping all around. Down a little bit. Yeah, we're dug in right there. Let's see if we can't get a better angle. Oh, dug in. Now, we don't have a very good approach angle in this truck. So there's our first big down. We don't have, the approach angle is not the greatest. We're getting stuck, looks like, right there on the bumper. Alright, back it up. Alright, let's see if we can go this other way. Okay, we're a little bit stuck there. Let's give it a good oomph. Maybe we can get up it. Nope. Try it one more time. Get it setted. And up we go. There we go. Okay. Just got to give it a little bit of go. Oh, we're wanting to tip there. It's going to tip over if we keep going. Let's set it up here, see if we can get it a better angle to come down. It does not like turning right there. So let's go ahead and point it down, see if we can come down. It'll come down, it just doesn't like to be on that turn, that tippy turn. Alright. Good test of approach angle again. Alright, we're good there. Let's try coming across here. Again, we're top heavy, but that might have been me. I was going a little bit fast. We'll slow it down, see if we can't get it up there. Let's try a nice little cross thread right here, see if we can't get it to... Nope. Didn't like that. Didn't like that at all. Definitely doesn't like that. Well, I think that's a good test for it. We figured out a lot of things.